Welcome to the USBE tutorial on entering data for the KEEP assessment into the Data Gateway. First, you need to pull up the website datagateway.schools.utah.gov, and at the top you're going to click right here where it says Login. When it says Login, you're going to enter your login information. Once you have logged in, you should see the My Tools button right up here at the top on the toolbar. If you don't have the My Tools option, it's because you are not assigned a course, and you will need to contact your local assessment director to get that resolved. So click on My Tools, click on Keep Results, and it should pull up your district and your school for you. So once you're into the Data Gateway, make sure that the district is correct and your school is correct. And you want to make sure you have clicked on the Exit Profile tab. When you open it, the Data Gateway automatically defaults to Entry Profile. So Exit Profile, and then click on the green Student Exit Scores box. This will take you into where you score for the data entry. This part does take a little bit of time to load, so have a little bit of patience. Once it pulls up, you'll see the list of the students in your classroom, and on the right-hand side, there are 4 different buttons for you to record your data. The first button is Live. This is the button that you will click on when you have a student that is sitting next to you and you are going to enter the data as you test that student. The next button is Data Entry. This is where you would go to score off of the pencil and paper score sheet. Once you have entered the data from the one-on-one assessment questions, and you need to go back and enter the data for questions 6 and 7 that were given in small group, you're going to see this where it says Edit instead of Live. That just lets you know that you've already gone in and entered some of the assessment data for this student, but the screen still looks the same if you're in the live version or if it says Edit. And then the last one up here at the top, it says View. This is a student that you've already entered all of the data for and you've hit Submit, and it is now locked. You can go in and see that data, but you won't be able to make any changes. So we're going to talk about how to enter the data with the Live button. So I've clicked on the Live button and it brings me into the student's information for the exit profile, and you can see their name up at the top right here, and it lists the question. So question number 1, you would administer the listening comprehension question, and then you would click the correct response for oral language and the correct response for listening comprehension. And you can see when you click these toggle buttons, it automatically populates this score down here in the box. And it does the math for you, so just click those toggle buttons. And if you need to refer to the instructions, it gives you a drop-down menu with the same text that is in the Teacher Administration Manual for instructions. And also if you need scoring clarifications or accommodated instruction clarifications. So the same information that's in the Teacher Manual is also available in the Data Gateway version. Once you've scored the question, you click the Next button, and it takes you to question number 2. Some questions do give you the option to mark all correct, and when you do that, it automatically populates the total points for you. Or you can mark all wrong, and it will mark them all incorrect and also populate the total points. If you mark them all wrong and realize that they got one correct, you just simply toggle over and click it, and it will fix it for you. Click the Next button. There are the same all correct or all wrong toggle buttons over here. And proceed through the assessment. Some questions, you have the capabilities to click on the individual responses, the toggles for all correct or all wrong. If there is a radio button then you have to ensure that all of the radio buttons are clicked before you can move on to the next question. If you happen to miss one of the radio buttons and you click the next button, it will not allow you to advance to the next question until all items have been scored. So say I get down here to the bottom and I think that I have clicked on all of the radio buttons and it won't let me advance. It will populate select an answer in red text underneath the radio button that was not selected. So I'm just going to go through really quick and show you this last question, number 5. As the student reads the text, if they make an error, you click on the word to show that it was read incorrectly, and again it adjusts the scoring for you automatically. And if you click the reading comprehension radio button and the next question or the next text doesn't show up for this question, it's because they didn't meet the scoring criteria to advance to the next section. So you can see here, if the student answers one comprehension question correctly, it brings up text 2. If they answer 0 questions correctly, text 2 is not an option. So it automatically implements the discontinue rule for you on this question. So again, you can see text 3, and the scoring is automatic. And it won't let me advance to the next question because I didn't click one of these radio buttons. So now that I selected all the answers and clicked next, it should advance to the next question for me. Question number 6, you can see here it says grouping for administration, small group. If you are administering the one-on-one section first, you can skip question 6 and again question number 7 and come back and administer those 2 questions after you've finished the one-on-one portion. So I'm just going to go back really quick to question 6 and 7 and score them so that we can talk about the submit button at the end. So thanks for your patience while I quickly scroll through and score all of these items. And some questions do have multiple radio buttons in the section. Just ensure that you have clicked all of them. Automatically does the math and won't let you advance if you don't. So now that I've read, and question 13, once you put in all of your scores, down here you have the 2 buttons, save and submit. If you click save, it will allow you to come back and input the data for question 6 and 7. If you click submit, make sure that all the data you have entered is in fact complete and ready to submit, because once you submit, the data is locked and no changes can be made without permission. So if you feel confident that you're ready, click the submit button and it will record your data. So now you can see on the screen the data was submitted and it is locked. You can go in and view the data, but you won't be able to make any changes. So here, if you click on data entry, the questions look much like the live scoring version, but they're all listed on one continuous page. Excuse me. So just make sure that you have marked all of the answers for the students. And when you get down to the bottom, it will show you the same save and submit button. again, save if you need to come back and make changes to the data entry. Or if you feel confident that you're ready, you can click the submit. Just know that no changes can be made after the data is submitted. So you're going to click on save or submit, whatever choice you make, and it will take you back to the main screen. Again, patience. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to load. Okay, so now that we're back at the main screen, we've talked about the live entry and the scoring from pencil and paper into Data Gateway entry. Just know that since this is a fairly new assessment, the only reporting we have right now is just the data that you've entered on each individual student. Next year, there will be instantaneous reporting that is available to you for your use. So if you have any questions or concerns or difficulties with the Data Gateway, your local assessment directors would be more than happy to help you with that, and they should be your first point of contact. And just one last thank you for the teachers who have worked really hard and have been patient and understanding throughout this whole process to make the KEEP implementation successful. So again, thanks and have a nice day.